time. 2019 fantasy football mock draft season. It's mock draft Thursday, I guess you could say. And it's mock draft Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We always mock draft. So today's mock draft Thursday. And I'm going to draft from the 2 spot today. I've been drafting from all different kinds of draft slots to give you guys an idea of what I would do in different situations. And I'm going to mock draft from the 2 spot from today. Make sure the mic is on. What's going on, guys? First in, Corbin. Now, I haven't posted the link yet. I'm going to post the link in a second. I'm going to go ahead and let people know on Instagram that we are live as well. So give me a second here. And then I'm going to post the link. And you guys are all going to have to do a first come, first serve grabbing of the spots. There'll be 11 other spots, including me. We'll make 12. What's going on, Cowboy? So you guys ready to mock draft or what? We're going to use Sleeper today. You got to grab it, Cowboy. You have to grab it. Okay, let's see here. Spots are going to go quick. I'm going to post the link. Little hint would be to make sure you're logged into Sleeper now, so that if you click on it, you aren't caught off guard having to log in. So I'm going to post that link in a second. It's going to be on sleeper.app. So you better go sign in. Whoops, I got some audio playing there. Sleeper.app. So get on over there. If you want to get in, sign in, make sure you're ready to go. I'm going to post the link here in a minute. So we're going in 2 minutes. I'm posting, say 4 minutes, I'm posting a link. So you better hurry up if you want in. Go to sleeper.app, grab yourself an account, and make sure you're ready to go. So when you hit the invite link, you won't be struggling to get in. All right, real quickly, grabbing that link, and then I'm going to post it here in a second. 22 people in the room. We'll wait till we have about 30. Then I'm posting the link and we're mock drafting. I'm taking the 1.2 spot. Let me share my screen with you now, and you guys can get a feel for what the app is going to look like. So I'm taking the 1.2, and I'm going to post the link here in about, let's see how many people we have in the room. We have 23 in the room right now, so we're waiting to get about 30, and then we're gonna grab these spots. So if I'm doing this on my phone, will it open up the app? So you should be fine if you download the Sleeper app, but you're probably not going to get it in time, Corbin. These spots will go within like 30 seconds to a minute. So you got to have that Sleeper app. All right, here we go. Here's the link. Boom. First come, first serve. Click on the link and grab a spot. And we'll watch them get taken up. They're going to get gobbled quick. There goes the 1.10. There goes the 1.3. There goes the 1.1. Scott, you're watching good. Charles, you just click on that link that I just posted. You're probably going to miss it if you aren't clicking on that and jumping in. We got the 1.12 gone. The 1.5 just got taken. We have 4 spots left. 1.4 just went. 1.8, boom, we're full. That's how it happens. It's literally like 30 seconds and all the spots get taken. You guys are freaking fast. Now I have to start the draft. Now this is the first time I've run it on Sleeper here live, so give me a second. So it's going to be, you see it's going to be 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And then I want to set the draft timer to, let me get the settings pulled up here. Draft settings, I'm going to make it, so it's going to be PPR, 12 teams. We're not doing a minute. We're doing 60 seconds. Please draft quicker than that. And all players, snake style, and hit update. So you guys know the scoring, you know the requirements. Let's roll. Begin draft. Okay, Oliver's on the clock. Here we go. So from the 2 spot, yeah, that's what I was saying. Bruce, sorry. That's why I announced it earlier on Instagram. I announced it that it would be something you want to jump online, be ready. Gave people a little time to try and log into Sleeper and just make sure they had an account. So you get it next time, Bruce. Just make sure the notifications are turned on. Not tonight, but I might chat with you guys for a little bit. So Oliver's on the clock. You can see the players available right here. And he took Kamara because Oliver likes to snipe like that. I'm going to go Zeke, even though I'm a little bit worried. I think all will be good. And I haven't checked the news over the last hour. So if something happened, I should probably pull up the news right now. Don't want to be drafting injured players. So Zeke Elliott, to me, as of right now, currently breaking news on Zeke today was that Jerry Jones is confident that an agreement will be reached, but is adamant that the team will not cave to undue demand. So we'll see what happens. McCaffrey went number 3. I like McCaffrey and Barkley and Zeke and Kamara all, in a tight bunch, but Kamara's my number 1. He's been my number 1 all offseason. I've kind of gone back and forth with the whole Zeke situation, whether he deserves to be number 3 or number 2. Barkley, I worry about his situation a little bit because I think that team's just going to be hard-pressed to score touchdowns or get him close to the end zone. So he's going to have to do a lot of his own damage to get those touchdowns. Dude, you don't want to draft against me? I don't, Heather? Okay. Hopkins went at number 5. David Johnson 6. Devontae Adams 7. All par for the course at this point. How do I feel about Melvin Gordon's agent asking for a trade? I'm not feeling great about it right now. I'm really worried about Melvin Gordon. Julio went number 9. Mike Thomas went number 10. Number 11 is on the clock. Stephen Jones straight up said they can't pay Dak, Amari, and Zeke. They always figure out a way to move money around. That's one thing you can't listen to anybody trying to predict these things. You don't know. They can move things all around. Juju went at number 11. Eric says Adams is better than Hopkins. That's debatable, bro. Totally debatable. What's funny is when people won't budge. You're like, oh my God, you got to take so-and-so over so-and-so. Dude, even I do this all day long for a living. And I feel like one positive thing that has come over the 15 years of me doing this is the ability to accept that I'm not always going to be right and that there are multiple opinions and that it's not proven until kickoff or long after kickoff. No one knows what's going to happen. So I think a lot of people need to pump the brakes on the old so-and-so is better than so-and-so. I talk a lot about guys that I like and that I want to draft, but when someone comes at me and says Lev Bell could be a top 2 overall running back, even if I don't agree with it, you got to understand that everybody's going to have a perspective and an opinion, and I don't think that anybody's opinion should just be, you like Juju this year? I do too. They'll pay Zeke. I'm confident they'll get a deal done. But, as the weeks go on, will I get more worried? Will Zeke fall to my 3, then to my 4, and then will I contemplate something along the Hopkins going over Zeke line? I don't know. So Dalvin Cook went number 4 in the second round. Nick Chubb went number 3. James Conner went 2. Tyreek Hill went 1. Joe Mixon just went at number 6. Antonio Brown went at number 5. I like all these picks so far. I'm not super huge on Conner that early, but, could he be worth that? Sure. I mean, he was my number 2 bold prediction last year for a reason. I like James Conner, but I don't like his situation right now, given that he has 2 very good running backs behind him. John, you got whose guy? What guy? Damian goes at number 7 in the second round. What guy, John? Damian? Juju. The Vance, Dance, and Connor. I think you might be a Pittsburgh Steelers homer. All of them are good, though. So far, no complaints on this draft. Yeah, draft looks good. Mike Evans at number 8 in the second round. That's fantastic. I think that's still great value, even though he goes later. Sometimes he goes like at number 12 in the second round. Melvin Gordon finally falls to number 9. At some point, you got to take him, but where's everybody's line? Sometimes people's line is at 2.1. Sometimes people are like, I won't draft Melvin Gordon. And a lot of times those are people that got burned. 2.1 when I'm up. When I draft with you guys, I get sniped constantly. That is the one thing. The one downside of drafting with my peeps is they like to snipe me. So I'm drafting Kittle a little early, but I don't like the players that are falling. And part of that is drafting with my own people. We're very like-minded people. And so let's see who's up now. So Mahomes, I probably would have taken, and Oliver knows that. That's why Oliver's sniping my people, because Oliver knows what I like. But I would have probably taken Mahomes at this point. But right now, the best player available to me, and the reason I took Kittle, I'll mention in a second. I'm going to roll with... This is a tough one. Yeah. And that's the downside of drafting at this spot. I think you can either have a ton of talent left. You know what? Call me crazy. Call it early. Call it what you want. I'm going with my boy David Montgomery. No problem, Oliver. It's a mock draft, even if it wasn't a draft. Now, I'm going to take a lot of heat for taking Montgomery this high. There are so many people that hate Montgomery or they love him, but it's like a split. And there are people that DM me on Instagram that say David Montgomery they wouldn't take in the 5th or 6th round because Cohen's going to get more work than him. And what's crazy is that to me, I'd pay this value that I just took him at. I took him at 27 overall. If I had to. Normally, I don't need to. Normally, I'm not drafting with a bunch of my own people who snipe the hell out of me, like Oliver did, taking Mahomes, taking Kamara, because Oliver likes to snipe. I'm just kidding with you, Oliver. You drafted a great team. You are the student becomes the master because Kamara, Aaron Jones, and Patrick Mahomes are fantastic 3. Great job. Yeah, Manning, I know a lot of people are afraid of David Montgomery. That's why his ADP's in the 4th and 5th round. I wasn't going to get him in the 4th or 5th round in this draft because I'm drafting with my own group and my own people. They don't let David Montgomery fall. David Montgomery's going to earn this. Wait till David Montgomery gets on the field and flashes some of his brilliance. He's going to go this high. So Kittle, to me, why I took Kittle that high. A lot of people are going to say that's high. That's fine. Kittle, to me, is Travis Kelce in 2019. I think he's as good as Kelce. Would I take Kelce ahead of him? Probably. But I'm really tempted to say that, Gurley, I mean, at some point you got to take Gurley, but I tend to never find myself in that situation because someone always takes him for me. I leave him to become someone else's problem. But at some point you do have to say, hey, it's not bad value. I don't know where that value is. Right now it feels like it could be approaching. I won't lie. If I was in a spot here, potentially look to grab them, but there are still a couple players that looks like big fella timed out. Got Adam Thielen. But Kittle, to me, I think he had 1,300 plus yards last year, 80 plus receptions, and only 5 TDs. And I think he's capable of having 10 to 12 TDs in 2019. A lot of opinions against him, a lot of them in favor of him. You're going to find half haters on Montgomery, half believers, half haters on Kittle, half believers, half the people are going to hate Patrick Mahomes in the third round, half the people are going to love it. I can tell you right now that we are in a draft. So would you have went Jones, Mahomes, or Kittle, then Monty? If I could have had it my way, I would have taken Kittle and then Pat Mahomes. That would have been my ideal scenario from this 2 spot, given what was left. Now, in a normal draft, if I'm not drafting with my own people, I would have probably had better options, but everybody sniped the hell out of me in this draft, which is fine. We're all in it to mock draft win it. I have no hard feelings about my own people sniping me, because that means they are taking in some of the advice and drafting the players that I've been talking about forever. Yeah, Gurley fell to... So Garrett's got a good team. I'm not a fan of Gurley, but at mid-third round, that's not bad. So let's go over some of the better picks. So the first round's pretty par for the course. Odell went high because we're drafting in a The Fantasy Football Show environment, a sleeperu.com environment. If you don't know, now you know. Subscribe to the show and also go to sleeperu.com and the Fantasy Football Show. But in a sleeperu.com and a The Fantasy Football Show environment, you're going to see Odell go at 1.8 versus 2.02, which is where his ADP is. You're going to see George Kittle go a little high. You're going to see Mike Evans go super high. You're going to see Dalvin Cook and Nick Chubb believed in. You're going to see Pat Mahomes be taken in the third round, because we all are of like-minded thinking. It is getting pretty thin fast. And it's weird because I don't know what players went. I'm trying to look at the board here to see. Gurley is probably the reason. Gurley not going, that's the downside of me doing a draft with my own people, is when Gurley doesn't go before my pick, my third round pick, it takes away one of the options that I want. That's why Mahomes didn't fall to me. If I was drafting in any other draft, Gurley would have went before my Mahomes pick, and I would have been able to get him, or before my Montgomery pick. I like Montgomery though. I'm not sour on the fact that I landed Montgomery. I think Montgomery's going to be fantastic. Damien's about right for me. I like Damien there. I don't take Damien too much higher than the middle of the second, because you don't have to. And if somebody took Damien before me at pick 15, then so be it. Somebody's going to get knocked down, like Evans. I tend to take Evans over Damien most times, but I like Damien, I like Evans, I like Kittle, I like Mahomes, and I'm starting to like Aaron Jones. I don't know if I like Aaron Jones' second round value. If you just joined us, there's 74 people in the room. Please hit the thumbs up. Let's get that thumbs up number up. If I've brought you any value at all and you're enjoying the show, please support it, hit the thumbs up, and let's get the channel growing and off to the races. We're over 1 million watch minutes per 28 days here on YouTube, which is crazy. You guys are insane. You are absolutely insane. We just breached 1 million watch minutes per 28 days. That's crazy for 1,800 subscribers. You guys are insane. And I can't thank you enough. I'm calling you insane and awesome at the same time. What are my thoughts on the Rams receivers? Coin toss material. I don't have Kupp as high as I have Woods or Cooks, but I think all three of them, you don't know what's going to happen. Thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, Aaron Jones, that's why I wouldn't take Aaron Jones higher than the third round. The early third round's okay. I prefer him in the middle of the third because he has that injury risk, but he is totally looking like a major upside guy, though. And he's staying fit, which will likely keep him healthy, but I know he's banged up. But he could just be completely precautionary. I'm going to go live on Instagram in a second and let people know to get over here if they haven't. But I'm going to make my pick first. So Fournette went at 4.8. Galladay went at 4.7. Kupp went at 4.6. Josh Jacobs 4.5. I better get ready here. You guys are taking, this is getting very thin. Tank grabs Daryl Henderson. That's early, bro. That's way earlier than I would have taken him. But it's okay. Man, this is a tough spot to be in. Looking at the running backs, Lindsey's okay here. Ingram's okay here. If I was going to go running back, if I was going wide receiver, Landry, Calvin Ridley. So given I have 2 running backs and I don't have wide receivers, I'm probably going to have to go wide receiver here. Feeling a little thin. Taking Ridley as my 1, but I like Ridley a lot. Let's do it. AJ Green would have been good here if he had been healthy. Yeah, Hendy was a little early, bro, but, you know, you're not going to get me mad at you. I love Daryl Henderson. But that is a tad early. Let's go up around here. Ridley's not too high, man. His ADP is right around the 4 point something. Yeah, I am getting sniped. If anybody's new to the channel, just know that like I'm facing a gunshots left and right on all my players that I like. Instead of Diggs, you should have went Kittle. Who are you talking to? I have to be honest, I'm not like super in love with my team so far. I like it. And you may see me walk out of a lot of mock drafts saying, I absolutely love my team. It's the best team. I don't think I could have drafted a better team. Like, you might hear me talk a lot like that. And, let's see who's available at running back. Because we do have 2 flex spots, so. I think Ridley could be a monster this year. What do you guys think about, in my situation here, Ingram, Tevin Coleman, or Boyd? What do you guys think? I'm gonna go light at wide receiver and see what happens here, because this is a league where you can literally start 4 running backs, 2 flex spots, and 2 running backs. You can start 4 running backs. Nick says I got Mahomes, Monty, Hendy, Freeman. Let's go live here on Instagram and tell everybody to get on over here. If you haven't joined us over on YouTube.com, Instagram, you need to get on over. We're doing a live mock draft on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. Get over there if you aren't over there. Live on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, you're missing out on the draft board and this live mock draft. So youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. Let me pin that. If you want to join in on the mock draft, so youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. That's where we're at right now, live mock drafting. I'm going to pin it, and you guys should get on over there. Get on over here. Football Show. And let me pin that bad boy. If you want your comment answered, get on over to youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show and ask the question, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. But we are live over here. Nick, you posted it 62 times. Where? What's up, RSF 49ers. Our San Francisco 49ers, if you haven't followed that guy over on Instagram, he's a beast in terms of your 49er coverage. And we might be doing something special, right? During, well, we can announce it later. I'm over on the YouTube channel right now, mock drafting live. And we have 81 people in the room mock drafting. Well, 12 of us are mock drafting and 81 people are watching. But, yeah, ours, SF 49ers. Go follow that guy. And he's got like, what do you have, like 60, 70,000 followers on Instagram. We're going to be doing, he's got an insane base of 49er followers. And we're going to be doing something special during the season. We'll talk about that later. But, yes, big things coming, as he said. But he's a beast when it comes. I wish I had 31 other contacts like him on the ground for each of the other 31 teams. I mean, he's a beast with all of the updates, and he gets animated, and he's like me. He gets all excited and animated about his team like I do with all my players, and he's awesome. So look for that. There's going to be big things to come. Nick, I know you say you're posting a question 100 times. I can't. You bet, man. I can't. I'm drafting. I'm commentating. I can't see everything. I'm not trying to ignore you, so I'll look for your comment. But I mean, when there's 80 people in the room asking questions, it's kind of hard to see everything. So post it for the 63rd time, and I'll try and catch it and read it. So, Nick, I don't know where you are. If you're over here or here, you're messaging me over here. Gary, sup, Smitty, you're doing a great job. Thank you. This round's taking a while. Everybody's maxing out on this round. Nick, I don't see your question. You posted on YouTube? I'm looking for it. I mean, it might have been covered up by all the other... I'm looking, Nick. I'm looking. I don't see anything for like... Nick, I got Mahomes, Monty, Henderson, Devonta Freeman, Odell, Evans, Diggs. What are your thoughts? Is that the question, Nick? If so, I got you. Get on over to youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. I'm ending the live here. We'll see you over there, Instagram. Nick, I like your team. All right, so Baker, touchdown maker, went number 6.7. Dante Pettis went with the 6th spot in the 6th round. Deshaun Watson went 6.5. Rashard Penny. So I'm coming up here. I'm not loving my team, I'll be honest, guys. I typically walk out loving my team. I'm not like super into this team. I feel like I got sniped at every corner. I'm drafting with a bunch of snipers. Snipe. Nick, if you're there, let me know and I'll answer your question. Let's see what running backs are. Or no, I need a wide receiver. I need a wide receiver. Okay, I'm on the clock. I mean, I like my team. I'm saying I'm not in love with it. When I walk out of a draft, a lot of times I'm like so biased against my team. I'm like, this is the best team ever. What do you guys think here? Would anybody go AJ Green here? Andrew Luck's gone, isn't he? Luck's gone, bro. I ran out of time. I'm not a fan of this pick, but I ran out of time. Yeah, the wide receivers are crazy. The wide receivers are crazy thin. The running backs. Tony with the super chat, as always. Tony, thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. I always appreciate Tony. I appreciate all of you. But Tony, you the man. I enjoy these, Smitty. Thank you, Tony. You're not drafting this, are you, Tony? Cohen, I like that pick. Cohen could still be valuable, even though I love David Montgomery. Cohen's still valuable. Nick, where are you? Should I protect Zeke for 60 in a 220 auction league PPR? I don't like risk, should I trade him? $60 in a 220. That's a steal. I protect Zeke every day, all day, at $60. Is there risk? Sure. What did I blow, Bruce? You said I blew it. You guys like AJ Green here? What do you guys think about AJ Green here? Tony, what do you like? AJ Green here? Or do you think he's going to be out a long, long time? Or do you think he has a faster recovery than people suggest? I'm trying to find value at wide receiver here. I've got Calvin Ridley as my number one. What do you think, Tony? I kind of feel like AJ Green. We'll go AJ Green there. Green. Let's look up Green. Let's look up some news. See what the most current news is on AJ Green. So the current news is that it's going to be a little bit longer, so he's dropped. That's why he's dropping so far. Hopefully he'll be ready to go at the beginning half of the season. So he could miss at least a quarter of the season. But, you know, if he comes back, then that could be a real decent pick. Smart move, Smitty. Reward is higher than the risk. Yeah, I think at 7th round value. What seems like a struggle? AJ Green has 2 broken feet. I love the mixed reactions on AJ Green. It's like, AJ Green, take AJ Green. AJ Green has 2 broken feet. AJ Green's going to miss the season. AJ Green's great value. Like, talk about torn. At this spot, though, 7th round, I'm okay with it. Talk about a start over. Maybe we will do another mock draft. I don't know. No promises, but maybe we do another mock draft. Maybe. 7th round AJ Green is 100% worth it, says Nolan. I agree. Like, my team right now, let's look at this team. So I'm in the second column here. Zeke Elliott, George Kittle, David Montgomery, Calvin Ridley, Mark Ingram, Russell Wilson, which if I wasn't drafting with all of you people that like to take my players, I would have gotten Baker Mayfield or somebody that I love. But I took Russell Wilson. I was running out of time. Not a bad pick, I mean, honestly, but I wasn't super excited. I would have rather had Luck, but Luck went right before me too. Not a bad team. I like it, but it's not one of my favorites. I've had teams that I've liked a lot better. On your mock, get set, go. Depends on what you want. 7th round, yeah, all day, good pick. Yeah, see, the AJ Green comments are all over the map. Hit the thumbs up if you're in the room and I'm giving you any value at all, it helps the show. It helps people know that we're live and people are watching. Please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And Nick, if I missed your question again anywhere, tell me. I'm not trying to. I love how angry people get. Like Smitty asked you 100 times. You know how many comments are going by? I can't answer everyone while I'm mock drafting, controlling multiple screens, trying to do this and that. Yeah, I'm not super in love with my team, but I think it's okay. Thank you for the thumbs up. And for those that hit the thumbs down. You're making my day still by being here. So I appreciate you, even though I'm going to kill you with kindness. Vance McDonald, Marvin Jones. So we're getting really thin. Valdez Scantling, I like him, but we're getting thin. Royce Freeman, last pick in the 7th round, was pretty damn good. Yeah, take some laps. For those thumbs downs, take a lap. I have something special for you guys. Let me see if I can. I'll cook it up next time. Thank you, Eric. Eric says hit the thumbs up. All good. More you grab. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know who I'm going to take at this point. You guys snipe me. Let's look at all the players. Tell me who you guys like most right now at this point in the draft. Here's the available players. I'm going to scroll to the top. Geis, Ebron, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Will Fuller, Jared Cook, Allison, Watkins, Shepard, Kyler Murray, Bears, Ronald Jones, Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, Corey Davis, N'Keal Harry, Cam Newton, Jared Goff, Jalen Samuels, Cortland Sutton, Foreman, Kiki, Hooper, Rams, McKinnon, Sanders, AP, DK. It feels like somebody took. It feels like somebody took like half the players away. Like, how are there no players left? I feel like this feels thinner than ever. Drafting with you guys, it makes the draft so much thinner because there's no mistakes happening up in the top, and it's so much harder to field a team. I don't know that I like drafting with you guys, to be quite honest, because you guys don't make very many mistakes. We're too like-minded. Ballage is looking like an okay sleeper. Geis, Fuller, and Joku already went. Rojo, he's okay. Who am I taking? Look at Samuel's getting sniped from me. Who are you? Who just took Jalen Samuels? Speak your name. Big fella. Damn big fella. I don't know who to take, honestly. I feel like nobody's left. If I could, I'd trade my 9th through 15th rounders for an extra 5th or 6th round pick in 2019. Honestly. Oh, I'm on the clock. I better hurry because I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. A bunch of box of crap at wide receiver. Geis, Ronald Jones, I like a little bit here. Let's look at tight end. See what you left me. I I think I'm going to go... I guess I'll go Cook. I don't know. You guys did so good in this mock draft. You're making me want to do another one because I didn't land any of the players that I wanted to land. Not totally true. I like some on my team. If anybody thinks that a so-called expert walks out loving their draft every single time, I love N'Keal Harry, but N'Keal Harry isn't going to be like a monster out of the gate, like no questions asked. I mean, you gotta take all that into context. I like N'Keal Harry a lot, and I think that in time, even this year, he could be really productive. But everybody hearing that N'Keal Harry's been being beat out by other players in camp, like he's a rookie. You don't think coaches are going to motivate? The chat is popping, Dylan. Dylan's Ghost. We also constantly have 82 to 90 people in the room. Hawkinson, oh, I'm on the clock. Tell me when I'm on the clock, Oliver. Trying to trick me. Do I go Geis or Ronald Jones, guys? What do you think? Ronald or Geis? $16 seconds left. Who's going to give me their input? Ronald Jones or Darius Geis? Who am I rolling with? 8, 7, 6. Too late. Geis. I like Geis at the right spot. I like Geis at 9. Round 9, I'm completely fine with that. We might have a little delay too. There come all the answers. I think we're about, once we get it, how far are we into this mock draft? We are 40 minutes in. Once you get about 40, 50 minutes into a live, sometimes there's like a 5-second delay. Kind of sucks. And so now I asked the question, Geis or Rojo, and I see no one responding for like literally the 10 seconds that I was on the clock. And so I went, and it was like, Rojo, Geis, Rojo, Geis, Rojo, Geis, like constantly. I'm still getting it. Rojo, Geis. Like literally 25 answers rolling after the fact. I went Geis, by the way, in case you're on a delay. So reviewing my squad, let's look at a couple of the other squads. Let's look at Oliver, Team 1. Kamara, Aaron Jones, Pat Mahomes, Phillip Lindsay, Tyler Lockett, Tariq Cohen, and Njoku, N'Keal Harry. I think it's the top 5, top 6 team. Nice job. My team, Zeke Elliott, Kittle, Montgomery, Ridley, Mark Ingram. I really like that core. Russell Wilson, AJ Green. It's growing on me. I actually don't mind my team. It's not one of my favorites that I've drafted, but I don't mind that. I take that into battle. I make one trade, and that's a top 4 team. I'd say I'm top 6. I wouldn't call myself the top team yet. I'd call myself in the 4 to maybe 3 to 5 range. We don't always draft perfect. These so-called experts, if they say they do, they're lying. Where are we at? Make sure I don't miss my pick. Okay, we're a ways away. Team 3, McCaffrey, Kelsey, Mack, Darrell Henderson. Thank you for the thumbs up. Where am I at? Team 3, McCaffrey, Kelsey, Mack. Darrell Henderson was way early, bro. Like, I feel like I'm jumping the gun on him, but the 4th round, you got excited, Tank. You got... Oh, that's a little loud. Miss Smitty's going to kill me. You can ring, that rings through the whole house. And for those that don't know, I built my studio in my house, and it's not too far away from where Miss Smitty can hear that, and she's probably going to kill me. But I had to ring the bell because I think anytime Darrell Henderson gets drafted, I have to ring the bell. I think it's a new rule. New bell rule. Anytime Darrell Henderson gets drafted, I ring the bell. New rule. Help me enforce that rule if I forget it. But Darrell Henderson went in the 4th round super early. Let's see if I'm on the clock. No. We're taking forever. But that's okay. We're analyzing team 3. So then you got Boyd. I like Boyd. Jeffrey's okay. Eckler people are drafting Eckler so high. I mean, that's okay. Will Fuller, Ronald Jones. Not a bad team. I think taking Henderson, if he lands, obviously you're going to clean up and be a top 5 team. But until then, that could have hurt you a little more than it helps you. But I think once Henderson gets in there, he's going to be a beast. But you have to play it smart. Like, even I have to play it smart with Henderson. I have a lot of people ask me why I don't take Henderson that early when I love him so much. If I believe in him so much, I need to take him in the 3rd and 4th round, right? No, I don't, because guys can get hurt, and you might be wrong about a player. I'd rather take him at the right spot in half of my leagues, and if I miss out on the other half because someone takes him too early, so be it. I'm going to win half my leagues if he lands. If you play smart with every decision you make at every draft slot, you will get burned far less. If you start taking huge chances, you might hit them, but if you miss them, you can't recover. Not saying you really took that big of a gamble at the 3 spot, or at the 4 spot, but just saying that, you may have gotten him at the turn. Where you're going 4th round, so you're going that way. You may not have, but I don't know. I think it was worth letting him fall. But it's a mock draft, so who cares? You had fun. You got the bell rung. You drafted Henderson. You get the bell rung. Big Jim. No, Tank. Team 4. Barkley, Melvin Gordon, Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Chris Carson, Andrew Luck. Fantastic team. That's a top 5 team. I might throw more than 5 teams in my top 5. So, pardon me if I can't count and I throw like 6 of you in there. Or that means I might have bumped somebody out. Okay, team big fella, Hopkins, Mike Evans, Adam Thielen. Going with the 0 running back. Leonard Fournette's a good running back considering you went no running back till the 4th round. Hunter Henry, Robbie Anderson, Lamar Miller, Jalen Samuels, Matt Ryan. Not bad. That team could hang. That team's crafty enough to hang. I don't know that I'd rank it in my top 5, but you land Jalen Samuels and you're right there, bro. So that's the kind of team you're building. When you go 0 running back, don't ever expect to be ranked in everybody's top 5. Just don't, because you're going with a risky approach that requires a sleeper to jump into your lineup, a sleeper that no one else sees coming, like Jalen Samuels. And once he does, if he does, you have a team that you could not draft. It's so good. But if you don't land one of those sleepers, then yeah, you're going to be a little bit behind at running back 2 all year, and it could hurt you. So know that. No one's going to rank you number 1 when you go 0 running back. You're just not. You got to understand people are going to hate on your team. That's the whole point of that strategy, is to tell people, hey, I know what I'm doing with my sleepers. Shut up. I'm drafting the way I want to draft. That's a statement you make when you go 0 running back. You've got to be prepared for the hate that comes along with it, because not everybody's going to like that approach. It makes people angry. I have to look on this monitor if you guys are wondering why I keep leaning over here. Frank says, yeah, it was early, but you get the guys you want. I agree. He may not have made it back. But in real life, my advice to you, Frank, would be to let him go when you've got to let him go. And we all do so many leagues. If you say you do 1 league, I don't believe it. We all do like 4, 5, 6, 7 leagues now. And if you don't do well in one of your drafts, start another league. Do a best ball draft. That's what's great about best ball. Best ball has opened the door to a whole lot of fun. I'm going to take my sleeper Devin Singletary right here. Good old Devin. Little man Devin. He's too little, Smitty, everybody says. We will see. You know who else was little? Warwick Dunn. You know who else was little? Alvin Kamara. You know who else was little? I could go on and on. Ray Rice was little. Montgomery over Johnson that early? Over which Johnson? Carry-on? Carry-on's arguably a 3rd rounder. If you could argue that Carry-on or Montgomery are belong at the bottom of the second, or you could argue they're both late third rounders. I mean, I don't think it's a surprise that anybody takes Montgomery over Kerryon, or Kerryon over Montgomery, or Jacobs over Montgomery, or Montgomery over Jacobs. I find it funny when people get shocked about it. Like, or you take Andrew Luck over Deshaun Watson. Like, that's so arguable. Sorry, not going after you, Jared. I'm just saying it's arguable and debatable and all that. Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. Yeah, Emmitt was small stature. That's what I love about Darrell Henderson. People think he's too small. Look at the guy's build. You can't always go off weight. Look at someone's build. How are they built? Ray Rice was built to be a monster between the tackles, and he was smaller. Devin Singletary, I'll admit, he's not built like Darrell Henderson. So he does have a smaller feel and look and build. And there's a chance that he doesn't translate. I'll admit that. But there's also a chance that Devin Singletary is as big of a motor, that's what his nickname is, in the pros as he was in college. Now, I know I'm just questioning in your rankings, that's where you have him. I'll have to look and see what you're talking about. Darren Sproles was definitely little. And sometimes I mix things up too. I don't always draft off my rankings constantly. Like I mix things up. And even when I do my rankings and I refresh them, I look at them pretty much every night. I find things that I pick apart and move around. So it would not surprise me if I draft differently than my rankings, like not to a T, because I change them all the time. 29 seconds. Who do I take? Damn, there's nobody left. This is a part of the mock draft where I just want to start over, because like there's not a whole lot of value in the 12, 13, 14 rounds, I think. You guys know who I like in these rounds. I'm going like Darwin Thompson and a bunch of guys like that who you might call totally early in the 11th round. I mean, Hyde could be the backup. But to me, I think and if you guys have seen my mock draft series that I have where I'm going through every pick on Instagram, I go through the 1 pick, I go through the 2 pick, I go through the 3 pick, and I talk out my strategy, and I use this app. I think Bruce, I think if you look at you could argue they're kind of built similar, but if you look at Hendy, he's a lot more compact, like a lot more beefy looking. So I think Devin Singletary is just built a little differently, smaller, but I don't think it's a bad thing. He's like Sproles versus Kamara in a sense, So for me, Devin Singletary, Geis, Darwin Thompson, I'm really swinging at, for a home run here with one of these guys, hoping that one of them lands and becomes this huge monster, which I think they could. The key to Darius Geis having success in 2019 is if they don't unleash him too early. If they unleash him right away, he's going to get hurt. You've been getting Montgomery early in the 3rd round, and you've been getting lit up for it. So have I, Jared. We are in the same boat, my friend. And let people get upset. Let people get upset, Jared. Because, I don't know why. How do people not see the value? I mean, look at all the running backs that thrive as rookies. And look where I'm surprised Jacobs isn't going in the mid-second round the way that rookies have done well in the past. I don't understand why David Montgomery and Jacobs have this, like, 50% of the fantasy football market absolutely can't stand grabbing Montgomery early or Jacobs. And I'm not a huge Jacobs guy, to be completely honest. I'm not against him. I don't think he's a complete bust, but I think Montgomery's a whole lot safer. But I don't know why there's like this 50% of the fantasy football population dead set against you taking Montgomery, and even the 4th round, they're like, he's gonna be crap. Yeah, Geis has looked hurt, then got back, then looked hurt. He's working hard, but working hard and looking okay doesn't mean you're okay. Because I know from experience I've had a lot of knee issues that even if you are running full speed or appear to be, if you're not ready and your knee isn't, like, for example, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's not near 100%. He can't be. I don't care if he's working hard and looking good. He's overcompensating with other muscles. That leads to injury. That's why people that rush back get hurt, because they look like they're healthy. Their compensation with the surrounding muscles and ligaments, whatever, are making that knee or leg function at the capacity that it needs to function at, but it's not made. It's kind of like when something's wrong in your car, and even though you can still go the same speed for a little while, your car will break if things are being taxed, even if it can go full speed for a little while. Think of the body like that. So if you're not fully back, and Cooper Kupp isn't, and he's trying to go full speed, he might look back to normal for a string of games, but that's when something blows in the knee. No problem, Jared. Take this advice. If you're getting lit up for Montgomery going too high, now you can't take him probably in the late fourth. So if you have an early third, you're most likely not going to see him fall to the late fourth. You could. I don't mind reaching for him in the early third. I took Montgomery early because I had to. They wouldn't have come back to me. But use it to your advantage that he's going later. And I couldn't in this draft. I couldn't use anything to my advantage in this draft because you guys are taking every pick I want. So I had to take him early, or he would have got taken like the next pick, because I'm drafted with you guys. You guys know what you're doing. But in leagues where people don't know what they're doing, take guys like David Montgomery as late as you can. I like this pick. You'll always see this trend with my mock drafts almost every time. I look at all the running backs I just draft. Boom, 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 boom. And some of them are very questionable. Like Armstead. Will Armstead be a starter? Will he ever start a game? We don't know. Will Darwin Thompson even grab the second job in Kansas City? Will Hyde take it and keep it? Is Devin Singletary really going to work out? Will Geis ever play again? All those guys have question marks. I admit it. But one of those guys, I firmly believe, at least one of the next one or two that I grab, I don't know that I'll go running back for sure on the next pick. I might. One of those guys I believe will pop, and I'll be looking at. Does Yahoo still only allow 6 running backs? I don't know. I haven't drafted. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying Yahoo isn't good. I hear they've really done a revamp, and it's a fun place to draft now. So I will try it soon. I will get to it. I need to really work hard to do a Yahoo mock draft for you guys. But I can't stand position limits, to be honest. I don't know who I'm going to take. Who the heck do I take? Looks like Oliver is close to timing out here. I don't know who to take, man. There's like no one left. Oliver timed out. Am I going to time out? I can't find anybody. I almost don't want to put my name on any of these players. Whoops. What in the heck, man? What's going on? I didn't take Golden Tate. I think the mock draft locked up. Does anybody else see that? It timed up. I don't know. We might be done there anyways, because the mock draft locked up. Does anybody know what's going on here? Does anybody else have that? I did a mock last night on here, and it stopped. It's like it, let me refresh the page maybe. It doesn't even have a timer. Is everybody else seeing that? Because I didn't take Tate. I guess I just needed to refresh it. That's kind of lame. Because I don't know if you guys watched it, but I didn't take Golden Tate. That sucked. Thanks, Sleeper. Damn it. Yeah, this has happened since the recent update. This is sleeper.app. Yeah, it happened to me last night. I was trying to do some mock drafts with pre-recorded and then show people each draft slot. And it kept doing that to me. And I didn't refresh the page, but it's been freezing in the middle of the drafts for me too, Manning. So, Sleeper, we're putting in a ticket right now. This is our official ticket. We want you to fix the freezing that happens in the third round where you get given Golden Tate. Please accept this as our verbal ticket. I still like the app. I still will support doing these mocks. I talked to the guys at Sleeper and told them that I would run some mocks on here and give it a try. And I like it for the most part. I mean, the fact that it froze sucks. And the fact that it froze last night sucks. But, I mean, it's technology they're working on. They're doing a great job. They have like a 5 or 6 man team or something. So, they're doing great. I like it. I endorse this product. We'll see how, I'm going to use a lot of different products. But I think it's pretty cool. The devs know about it. I've talked to them about it. Okay. That's Tommy says they're working on it. So we will give them the benefit of the doubt, and I will still say that this is a good product. So I encourage everybody to give it a try. I'm going to try using, ESPN more and Sleeper and mix it up, not just go with one. We used a calculator the last time. We'll try Yahoo. Don't worry. But I do blame Sleeper for my Golden Tate selection. For the record, I would not have taken Golden Tate. The timer sniped me. How many picks do we have left? Okay, we're almost done. Good. Can we make it a small? I don't think I saw a setting where you can make it a 12 round or a 10 rounder. I'd prefer that because I feel like the 14 and 15 rounds are just a drag. We started at 8 or 9:30, right? So we did that in an hour. I'd be tempted to go again, but how many people do we have in the room here? 69. If we can get 80 people in the room, I will do another mock draft. I'll blame you if I don't hit a few players this year. Thank you, Manning. I appreciate the pressure. Still pissed that I forgot about my computer in the 10th round. What do you mean, Oliver? That you timed out? I hope I'm not timing out right now. I don't think we can make the timer shorter than 60 seconds. If we could, I'd do another mock draft, but yeah, we have 70 people in the room. If we can get 80, I'll do another mock draft. Tell your friends. Tweet people out. Get on the Twitter. As my parents would say, Twitter people. Send some Twitters out. Draft against me, Smitty. I'll show you up. Manning, you'd be surprised how many times a day I hear that. Put in a ticket, 45 seconds. I wish there was a 30-second timer, because then you could roll through these more, I could do like 2 mock drafts every video. So I'll bring it up to them, but I don't know if they'll put it in. Everybody Manning says that I'll be educated. Ugh. You're pretty damn happy with your team? Thoughts on playing with no defenses? Yeah, I don't like playing with defenses. 30 seconds do fly. I like those better, though. So we have 65 people in the room. We're not going to cut it. We need 80 in the room, and we'll mock draft again. We'll do another. But if not, I'll go through some Q&As and do some news anyways. And you guys can get in on the next one. Maybe I'll do another mock draft tomorrow. How is that? Who am I going to take? I'm on the clock here in a second. You never draft. Okay, Manning. Manning, you never drafted against me. I played 6 years and won 3 Super Bowls. Woo! Well, Manning. Oh, I'm up. If I heard, every time I heard that, Manning. It's freezing on me, man. You guys see this? It's like locking up. What the heck? Yeah, Manning, I got you. I feel you. Three Super Bowls. I better run for the hills, Manning. You'd be surprised how many championships I've won over my 15 years, but I'm not going to brag. We all lose too. I do love when people get in here and they say, I could beat you. I'll show you. Who am I taking? I don't know who to take. Whatever. I'm done with this draft. Heather, it's first come, first serve to get into the mock drafts. Everybody here is amazing. Nobody here is better than anybody else, and that's why everybody gets a chance to get into the mock drafts. What's up, Playing with Gaming? I said we're at 70 people in the room. If we get 80, I'll do another mock draft. So let everybody know. Matt T. Smitty, who would you take in the 13th? What do you mean? Of all the players there? Or the 13th spot, you mean, overall? At 2.01. You mean 2.01? I like Odell there a lot. I like Mike Evans, even though Mike Evans can go later. We got some timeouts, so I don't know if it's locking up again or if people are just... We need 9 more people in the room. We'll do another mock. So send people messages on Instagram to get on here. Let's get 80 people in the room. I'll do another mock. 80 people. We need 10 more people. So call your friends. Oh, instead of Tate. I see what you're saying. I probably would have gone, to be honest, I think I was going to go quarterback. I was going to take Brady. If we go again, we'll probably do it in this one. Smitty Blue. I don't think I blew it at all. I think my team's okay. I just don't love that spot, to be honest. It's tough to draft a good, especially when you're drafting with your own peeps. All right, guys. Can we make it shorter? I don't think we can we can't shorten the rounds, can we? So there's the mock. Let me move this down so you guys can see the whole draft board. So here you go. Let me move my mug out of the way. You don't need to see that. Let's see if I can make myself really small. Okay, I'm up there. I'll put myself over here. So Oliver had Kamara, Aaron Jones, Pat Mahomes. I like that team in a column 1, Oliver. That's pretty damn good. I think top 6. Well, we're going to see if we can get more people in the room, and we might do another one. Smaller bench, 60 seconds. Okay, let's check it out. Here's the team real quick. Here are the teams. What do you guys think? Who has the best team? Le'Veon Bell, Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, Brandon Cooks, Aaron Rodgers. Pretty good team there. Juju, Connor, Ertz, Woods, Coleman. Yeah, I like that. Mike Thomas, Nick Chubb, Kerryon Johnson, Devonta Freeman, not bad. Julio, Dalvin Cook, Diggs, Edelman. It's not a bad team. These are all pretty good teams. We got 71 people in the room. If we get 80, we're doing a mock draft. Let's go to the settings. How many people we have in the room? 70. Come on, give me 75. 75 people. We'll do the mock draft. Draft settings. I'm even going to start setting it up right now. 12 team. Where's the bench? You can't mess with the bench amount of bench spots. That sucks. Oh, roster settings. Boom. That's all I needed to know. No kicker, no defense. Update. Now let's mock draft. Let's do it anyways. Now that I know I can change that. PPR, 12 team, 60 seconds. Update. Copy invite link. And I'm going to take the... I don't think I've drafted from the 5 spot. Did I draft from the 5 spot? Okay, you guys ready for the link? Here's the link. Grab a spot. Boom. Let's see how quick this happens. And we're off to the races. Oliver in the 1 spot. Oliver grabs the 1 spot again. TDC grabs the 7 spot. The 1.3 gets grabbed by Garrett. TBE LJ, Jay Murray, Minnesota, big fella. 277, Duder. And the last spot goes to TB. Made it. Yeah, that was good. Okay. All right, let's begin the mock draft. Where did Manning go? Manning was talking all this this trash. Manning, are you in? I don't see you, Manning. Begin the draft. Okay, where did my face go? Here, I'm over here. Let's get my mug back over this way. So we're going only 10 rounds, which is nice. You guys talked me into another mock draft. I don't know how you did that. Gonna be up all night. You guys are going to keep me up all night. Okay, I'm up. Wow, David Johnson to Minnesota at the 4 spot, leaving me with Zeke Elliott. Can't complain about that. From the 5 spot, getting the Zeke Meister. It's okay, Manning. I got it. I got this one. You can sit this one out. You can comment on the picks you like. Okay, let's do one more after this one. Jared, I don't think I can, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you, buddy. Would I have gone Hopkins? Yeah, I would have gone Hopkins if Zeke was gone. No question about it at this point. I love Adams, but I even like Mike Thomas. So Jay Murray took Mike Thomas at 1.8. I'd be fine with that. But Hopkins would have been my 1.05 normally. 147. Okay, later, man. Yeah, I expect Zeke to get a deal done. I'm willing to take the risk at this point. If it drags on for a long time, then I start getting more worried. I start dropping him. Thanks for staying on. We appreciate you, bro. Thank you, Manning. I appreciate all of you. You guys make the channel. We're over 1 million watch minutes per 28-day cycle. Because that's how YouTube reports on its stats, and we're well over 1 million watch minutes per month on YouTube, which is crazy. I mean, and I'm doing, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing a 24-hour straight live stream where I'm going to do a draft. I haven't talked about that yet. I probably should have did that at the beginning, but I don't have a few links ready for you guys to sign up. But I'll be doing a 48 team draft here live on the YouTube show on the channel. I'll be doing a live 48 team draft. You guys can all get in on that. I'm going to leave a lot of spots available for that time frame, like when people are on. But you're going to need to do a few things to get a spot. So who here would who join that league, the 48 team league? The cool part about it is we're drafting during, it's going to be 30 seconds a pick because we have 48 teams. We have to move. I'm doing the draft about 5:30 p.m. Eastern on the live show. The live show will begin Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday, August 23rd. I'll be live streaming for 24 straight hours or until I pass out. It's possible I'll pass out. I made it. February I did it. I went through all 24 hours. I felt like I did a damn good job. I'm trying it again. I did it back then when the channel was brand new. We had literally 200. I keep saying we, it's me. I'm a one-man band here, but I had 200 subscribers in at that point. And we had about 10 to 15 people constantly in the room during the show. and I was just starting out. So 48 teams, 30 seconds a pick, and I don't know how many rounds we're going yet, but it's going to be a unique league. I'm having 4 copies of every player in the draft, which means that technically Zeke could go 4 straight picks. Barkley could go the other 4 straight picks or mix them up, whatever. Okay, Manning, definitely get in on it. And I'm going to give away a lot of spots live. So the date is Friday, August 23rd. Starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, I will go live for 24 straight hours. Roughly 5:30 p.m. So right in kind of the beginning of that show, we will kick off the draft. So we're looking at 48 teams. I don't know how many rounds we're going to go yet. I may do something crazy that you probably haven't seen before in a league. There's going to be no waiver wire order and no waiver wire blind bid. It's going to be first come, first serve at all times. Looks like, I timed out. Thank you again, but I timed out and got Todd Gurley. Oh, that's great. So I'm here talking about this live stream. My first time owning Todd Gurley. You guys can report it now. Tweet it out. Send out your DMs on Instagram. Smitty drafted Todd Gurley. The world is now shocked. Thank God this is a mock draft. But anyways, get ready for the live stream. It's going to happen on Friday, August 23rd, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going live for 24 straight hours. We're kicking off the mock draft just 3 hours into the show at 5:30. And I'll give away a lot of the spots, people that are in the room ready to draft. But I'm going to make it, there's a couple steps you'll have to take. So get ready and be on the ball. Don't wait around. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I did not. I would not. I would have drafted. I don't know. Maybe I would have went Melvin Gordon and went risky anyways. I don't know. I don't mind having a team that has some challenges. So it's a mock draft. But anyways, the 48 team league, 4 copies of every player. So what does that mean? That means essentially it's like playing in a 12-team league. You will have the same roster, same look and roster, feel of a roster that you would have in a 12-team league because there's 4 copies of every player. 4 times 12 is 48. So 48 teams, 4 copies of each player. You can't draft the same player. I don't think I'm looking into the setup of the scoring, and the league setup, but you can't draft. Okay, I'm on the clock again. I'm going to time out if I'm not careful. Let's look at wide receivers. What did you guys leave me? What did you leave me? This is going to be funny when people jump in and and see that I didn't, and don't see that I timed out. I'm just going to go risky with this team. I'm going all risk. I'm taking Amari Cooper, who I normally don't take in the 3rd round. What's going to be funny is people that just jump in, they see that I own Todd Gurley. They're going to be like, what the hell? All this advice. Yeah, I timed out while I was talking. And no one decided to tell me. Nobody thought they would tell me that I timed out. Thanks for that. Thank you. What's up, Brandon? Brandon, Elijah, I did not mean to draft Todd Gurley. Bruce, breaking news. Smitty backs off Hendy and endorses Gurley. This is going to be the news tomorrow morning. Oh, man. That's funny. I'd take this team into war in one of my leagues. Sure. I like a challenge. So get ready for the 48 team draft, guys. It's going to be amazing. 48 teams, 4 copies of each player. You can't draft the same copy over, so you can't have 2 Zeke Elliott's, but you can draft Elliott. Somebody else can draft Elliott. 2 other people can draft Elliott. It'll look like a 12-team league, but one of the other tricks I have up my sleeve is that I'm pretty sure that I'm going to roll with this. So tell me what you guys think of it. There's strategy involved, okay? So I'm pretty sure that I might only have 2. There's no kicker, no defense. It's a QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end. But I think Diggs and Cooper are arguable to answer that question. But the trick I have on my sleeve is after the starting lineup is full, I might only allow for 2 or 3 more bench spots. That's going to make waiver wires very interesting. Again, there's 4 copies of every player out there with only 3, maybe even 2 bench spots. You're going to have to make a decision whether you cut a guy on a bye week or play without a person in that slot. One reason I'm doing this is to make the draft quicker, because a 48-team league times X number of rounds will be crazy. I might also do it this way where we draft our lineups in 1 bench player, and then at a certain time, so like 6 p.m. on Monday, let's say after the live stream, so like Monday, I'll open up first come first serve waivers for the entire year. It might lock down at a certain time during games, and then at like 6 p.m. on, or like 6, probably noon. I'd say noon on Monday to get ready for Monday night waivers. We'll open up first come first serve till kickoff. And it'll be like that all year, because I'm not managing a 48-team league. I'm sorry. So it's going to run itself. So that means waivers are first come first serve. That means that I'm not dealing with anything. It's going to be 1 division, no playoff seeding, winner takes all, total points. There's not going to be any brackets or anything. It's just literally total points leader after 16 weeks. We're not playing week 17. No waivers. Waivers, first come first serve. But that's all kicking off on Friday, August 23rd. Get ready. It's going to be amazing. Oh, I'm on the clock. Who do I go with? I have Cooper, Gurley. Damn. Do I go Darrell Henderson here after I just said not to take him this early? Because I know you guys are going to snipe me. Let's go Ridley. Yeah, let's go Ridley. I think Woods, Galladay, Ridley, you could argue any of those guys. I mean, Woods is a great pick here. Galladay's a great pick. Godwin's a great pick here. Tyler Boyd's a great pick here. At running back, someone wants to take Hendy this early, they can go ahead and take Hendy this early. It's just too early. I just think you're maybe getting your favorite guy because he's one of my favorite guys. Yeah, I do need to take a lap for timing out and drafting Todd Gurley. You're right. I tomorrow I'll take a lap. Yeah, trust is a big thing, and I can't trust Henry at an early pick. I just can't. Look at the wide receivers that have gone. They're flying off the board. We've only had 3 players in this fourth round that aren't wide receivers. T.Y. Hilton, Adam Thielen, Diggs, Edelman, Cooks, Ridley, Woods. The wide receivers are flying. I still like the team I have. I mean, even though I timed out and drafted a guy I'll never draft in the second round ever, I'd take him in the third round probably and just cuff him and say to myself, you know what? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll, because there are players that I wouldn't. I'd definitely take I mean, call me crazy, but I'd take a David Montgomery over Gurley. I would. Would I take Mac over him? Maybe. Would I take Derrick Henry? Probably. Would I take Phillip Lindsay? Probably not. I would go Gurley. There is a point where I would take Gurley, believe it or not. Don't be too shocked about that. Look at the wide receiver run. They're all going. Good luck getting a wide receiver at this point. There's a few players I really like here. And Ingram was one of them. Oliver knows that. But Oliver, you're going mad running backs, bro. Aaron Rodgers was a great pick. Oliver will have no wide receivers, but that's okay. He's looking strong. Oliver, let me see who I would have taken instead of Ingram for you. Maybe Boyd, but past that, I mean, Ingram's a good pick. I'm going to move this down. Please hit the thumbs up if you're in the room. I appreciate it. Really helps the channel grow. Thank you very much. Thank you for the thumbs up. I'm almost on the clock here. James White, Jarvis Landry, Aaron Rodgers. So for me, I have 2 wide receivers and 2 running backs. Tyler Boyd would have been somebody that I would have considered drafting there, so that's a good pick there. Minnesota. Not liking any of these players here at tight end at this spot. I don't like the wide receivers at all. I like Tevin Coleman here. I'm going Darrell Henderson. So I feel like this is actually a pretty damn good team. I personally just wouldn't. I would, even though I like the look of this and Gurley's backed up fairly well. I still would rather have a different player and Darrell Henderson here. Darrell Henderson I'd take in the 5th. I like him better in the 6th round, but in this situation I had to take him. But I'd rather own Darrell Henderson and somebody else. I'd rather have Elliott, Montgomery, Cooper, Ridley, Darrell Henderson. I'd rather have that. For those that just joined, I timed out on my Gurley pick when I was talking about my live stream. So, breaking news, Smitty drafts Todd Gurley for the very first time, and he's not that upset. Is he changing his tune? The answer is no. This mic is loose. Tighten that bad boy. Let's go to all players so you guys can see what's up. Let's look at the draft. I need to do that more, my bad. And let's make myself a little smaller again. And let's make that Or am I going to put myself? I'll put myself right there. All right, here's the draft. So far, let me critique the teams. Kamara, Melvin Gordon, Aaron Jones, Mark Ingram, Aaron Rodgers. I like it a lot, Oliver, but you are going to be weak at wide receiver, and I think it would have probably been better to get a Boyd or somebody in there, but I do like Ingram. I do think that's a pretty decent team. You're just not going to be ranked as the top team by most people because you need a couple things to happen. McCaffrey, Mahomes, Kittle, Godwin, Landry. Really, really love the top 3. I don't think you could have done better. Even if you went Kittle than Mahomes, people would be more comfortable, I think, with you taking Mahomes in the 3rd round, but you probably would have got the same players. So I like that. I don't think that you made any mistakes there. Maybe you could have grabbed Kittle and Montgomery and then maybe Aaron Rodgers. So if I was to give you any critiquing at all, TB, I would say that I like a little bit better McCaffrey Montgomery, or McCaffrey, Kittle, Montgomery, yeah, and then maybe Aaron Rodgers, or you could have got Deshaun Watson and still got Godwin. That would be the only thing I'd think about TBE that you could have done differently, and I still love your team's top 5. Barkley, Connor, Allen, Galladay, White. That's good. I don't know how to call it top 5, but it's good. Minnesota has David Johnson, Kelsey, Mack, Woods, Boyd. I think you're a player away from being a top 5 team, but still decent pieces, and I think you'd be fine. Elliott, Gurley. I can't believe I timed out and drafted Todd Gurley. If you're joining, that's what happened. Watch the replay. Oh, I'm up. You guys never tell me when I'm up. I've got to move here. I'm running out of time. Am I really going to have to draft Russell Wilson again? Ugh. I was running out of time. I got to stop talking. I got to start just drafting. During the 48-team draft, we're literally going to be on a 30-second timer, and it's going to be really hard to do much but draft. But it'll be so entertaining and so fun that it won't matter. It'll be good content. Bruce says, grab Njoku and win the league. I think Wilson's a good quarterback in 2019 to grab. I see him get drafted way too late. I think he's worthy of that 6, 7, 8 round range. Murray, everyone's going to bash on your team? I don't know if they will. I'll go full screen again and keep critiquing once we get around the turn. I don't want to time out. Elliott, Gurley. So I was critiquing my team. Elliott, Gurley, Cooper, Calvin Ridley, Darrell Henderson, Russell Wilson. Pretty solid, man. I take that into battle. Yeah, I did get Wilson again, and I don't really draft him a ton, which is crazy. Do you guys like this team? Like, honestly, critique my team. Do you think that this was a team you go into battle with, even with Gurley, a guy that I don't like? Elliott, Gurley, Cooper, Ridley, Henderson, Russell Wilson. You guys take that into battle? It's not bad. My team there is a team that I would have. That's how you could control if you already own Gurley and you can't get rid of Gurley. That would be the way to maneuver and manipulate your team into something that looks like that. If you can't get rid of Gurley at the right price, just do whatever you can to get Henderson. So I need a running back or wide receiver. So I can kind of take any player I want at this point. I'm going to go with what you said earlier, my man, and take my boy. Do I take Njoku here? Who is available at running back? I'm going Royce Freeman here. I think that could be an okay move. I like Njoku, Bruce, but his ADP's in the 9 range. So got to think. I might get sniped here in this mock draft because people know that I want to take Njoku, but Njoku's getting drafted in the 9th round. Maybe late 8, so I'd probably look to get him in the 8th round. Is Henderson at 2.05 in a dynasty a steal? In a rookie draft only, sure. I mean, but in the 2nd round period, I think it could be a little high. Wilson could have. I was running out. I was timing out. I had to make a move. I would have taken Wilson later if I could have gone back. But that's the negative of drafting and talking and doing a show is like it's a lot harder than it looks to run and operate a mock draft and talk and show people and expand and show full screen and go back. Like it's crazy. So I'm not going to draft perfect teams. Bruce is booing me. Sorry, Bruce. Bruce, we won't agree at every turn. Even Jordan Howard, maybe we'll see. I don't know about Jordan Howard. I like Freeman. It's arguable. These are all arguable picks, guys. Extremely arguable. Lat Murray over Royce Freeman, you could go either way. Geis over Freeman, you could go either way. Both are in similar situations. Vying for time, vying for carries. Potentially both going to be on the rise by mid-season. Tommy, Hunt in the 7th when you don't have Chubb is a no-go. I believe that is correct. I don't mind it. I don't draft him that early yet. If I can get him in the 8th round without Chubb, I probably would do it. And I may, I wouldn't take him over Samuels. I wouldn't take him over a lot of players that are probably still there. But I do believe Hunt needs to be grabbed in the 8th round. So it's not too early. But people on this no draft cream Hunt at all train are just, I don't know, they're just set against him. Hit that thumbs up on your way in if you don't mind if I'm adding any value to your night. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, if I would have drafted somebody in place of Gurley, I would have liked it a lot more. But I still think it's a good team. But I would never draft Gurley in the 2nd round. It's my fault. I should have been talking, running my mouth, running my trap. It's good for you guys to see all these kinds of things, though. Like when I time out and pick the wrong guy, you see me try and recover and what I do. And for those that do like Gurley in the 2nd round, there are a lot of people that do. They at least get to see me build around a Todd Gurley built team. In fact, I probably would have at some point said, you know what, let's see what I can build drafting Todd Gurley. So now I got that out of the way. I was tempted to do that because everyone's like, I would take Gurley. What would you do in that situation? So it's actually okay. I don't mind. I have a feeling I'm going to time out a lot more in the future too. So this is not the first time. And it won't be the last time. See, Vaughn's of the group that I was just talking about. Drafting Hunt at all is a no-go unless you have deep benches. Dude can't even play till like week 10. Yeah, so in this case, Vaughn, you make a very good point because we eliminated all of our bench spots basically in this draft. But I think everyone's assuming that in this scenario that we would have actually had more bench spots. We're just eliminating the bench spots because we want to make the draft go faster. So Vaughn, that might be something to keep in mind is Murray, who took Hunt, was probably thinking like I am that we just minimized the draft. We were going to have probably 5 or 6 more bench spots that we avoided. Ball's Life, that's a good suggestion. Let me take a look at who's left. I think I agree with you, Ball. I like Geis here a little bit. Let's see who's available. Oh, looks like 27 got him. Do I go Cook here? Or do I go... Geis, Cook, Ronald Jones... You like Team 6 or Team 7 better? I like drafting from the 6th spot. Let's go Jared Cook again. Man, I've taken him twice. Back-to-back drafts. For those just joining, hit that thumbs up on your way in. But also know that I drafted Todd Gurley. Can you believe it? I actually timed out in the 2nd round while I was talking and running my mouth. I timed out. John says didn't know he's doing 10 rounds. Don't worry, because we only shortened it, John Murray. We only shortened it to make it faster. We would have gone draft as if you were drafting 15 rounds. Pretend we're drafting 15 rounds, so don't worry. You're not taking this team into battle for real, so it's not going to matter. I like the rookie filter that they added on here. That's pretty slick. So you can go down to rookies and check them out. Don't worry about it, Murray. Again, I'm drafting as if we're going 15 rounds. Totally. I didn't even think to explain that. That's my bad. I like Jordan Howard a little bit in this range, sure. Yeah. Most I'd reach for the Bears defense. When I start hating all the players and we're getting close to that range. And then past that, I'm probably streaming, or I'm taking the Browns or something crazy. Carson Wentz is good value in round 9. Drew Brees is excellent value in round 8. I like Brees a lot. In fact, I think I might do some more drafts where I take Brees like late like that. You're still practicing 8 spot, so give me time. No problem, Murray. Murray, there's nothing wrong with what you did. Again, we're assuming we're going. At least I was assuming we would be looking at it from a perspective that we would have bench players. We took out all the bench players. We literally have 0, bench players. So don't worry. Delta, you think Mahomes is worth betting on for MVP this year? Absolutely. Oh, God, I'm on the clock. No one tells me. Jordan Howard is a decent pick here. We'll go with Jordan Howard. Not bad. Not bad at all. In round 9, 10. I don't like many Eagle running backs, in general, from year to year. I think we're on a big delay because Balls Life just said I'm on the clock, and I'm like 3 picks already picked. So we're definitely on a delay. If you guys are hearing me talk like 15 seconds behind, then I apologize. Nothing I can do about it when we do lives. It's technology, man. We're an hour and 48 minutes into the show. 5 to 10 minute delays going to happen. What I worry about is when we do this live 24-hour stream, YouTube allows me to do an 8-hour block, so I got to restart. But we're going to be doing 3 hours into the live stream. We're going to be doing that draft. I kind of feel like I might need to restart right before we go live for that draft so that we're at least not on a huge delay. But I'm going to keep reminding people, you've been on a 25-second delay from the start. That might be how YouTube keeps that from getting any further apart than 25 seconds. It's possible. They maybe never account for the fact that there are people doing things like we are, where we're doing like a mock draft. So maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. I might do a test with everybody and say, okay, type in 1 now, go, and see how many second delay we are right before we start the 48 team mock draft. That way we kind of know where we're at. If we're 25-second delay, then the chat's going to be a little bit behind. But if you're refreshing the league management site that we're using, we'll be using My Fantasy League because they're the only ones that will support a 48 team draft with 4 copies of each player. So we'll be rolling with My Fantasy League in the draft. But if you're following along there, you should be fine. What do you guys see? What pick and how much time is left on that pick right now? Put it in the chat box. Ready? So, for example, if it's the 12 pick, 8 seconds left, type that right now. I want to see how delayed we are. So do I think that um, plus 550 on Mahomes MVP is too expensive? So for every $550, you have to put that down to win 100 Delta. I believe that's correct. I don't think I roll with that, dude. I mean, anybody could be MVP. That's crazy. So it looks like we're at a 25-second delay. Now here are going to come all the numbers. 5, 4, 5. Bruce. Devin Singletary just drafted. Bruce. I love Devin Singletary. There's no clock on my screen. Refresh it, the page. Go up to the browser in the address bar, just click in it and hit enter. $53 people in the room. Hit that thumbs up if I've added any value to your day. I appreciate it. It's all I ask. It helps the channel grow. You guys rock. So I've been live 2 hours. Imagine me going 24 straight. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I made it before last time. I lost my voice about 4 hours in and somehow held on to that last vocal cord for the remainder of the 20 hours. I don't know how, because I felt so hoarse. Yeah, you can hit F5 too, but a lot of people aren't familiar with how to work the keyboard. Do you have a sleeper tight end, Smitty, David, and Joku? Oh, got him on the clock. Damn it. Whatever. Last round. We're assuming, in Murray's defense, I think a lot of us are assuming we took all the bench spots out to make it a shorter draft so we could do another one. We're assuming we would have drafted more bench players, so know that. And then we'll review the teams real quick. Let me expand out. All right. I love a couple of these teams. So McCaffrey, Mahomes, Kittle, Godwin, Landry, still, again, top 5 team. Great team. Barkley, Connor, Keenan, Galladay, White, Cooper Kupp, AJ Green. Very good. Wentz. Top 6 team, Garrett. Minnesota got David Johnson, Kelsey, Marlon Mack, Woods, Tyler Boyd, Matt Ryan. Good team, but I think you're a move away, Minnesota, from being a top 5 team. A move away. My team, Zeke Elliott, Todd Gurley, who got auto draft on me because I was talking and running my mouth about the live stream coming up. So I would never have drafted Todd Gurley, but it still looks like a pretty darn good team in my opinion. And if you were in a dynasty league where you had Gurley and couldn't trade him away for a ham sandwich, you need to hold on to him and back him up with Darrell Henderson at any cost. But this would be a nice looking team if you could somehow. I may be awake all night during mocks. Pick it. Okay. But yeah, so Elliott, Gurley, Cooper, Ridley, Darrell Henderson, Russell Wilson, Royce Freeman. I like that team. Cook. I know I'm biased, but I think that'd be a top 6 team. I wouldn't call it the best team, but I'd call it top 6. Henderson and Gurley together would be pretty decent. You might even be able to play both of them, one at flex. Gurley, I just don't think will stay healthy, and I think Henderson eventually is unleashed and becomes the next Alvin Kamara. I stand by that. I know that a lot of people think that Gurley's getting better. There's a chance Gurley plays well for a while. There is. But there's also a chance that Gurley drops off and gets hurt and has inflammation because arthritis is like that. And there are a lot of people that think he won't be able to withstand the cutting and hitting that will take place on those knees. So I would not take Gurley in the second round like I accidentally timed out and auto drafted myself into that situation. Damn it. But I still like the team. Hopkins, Damian Williams, David Montgomery, Cooks, O.J. Howard, Baker Mayfield. I like that. That's like a 5 to 7-ish team for me. One move happens, one breakout, and you are in the mix, my friend. I think you're in the mix now. I think it's a really good team. In fact, I'll say your top 6. I don't know if I'm out of 6 spots already. I might have given out my top 6 already. Bell, Mixon, Carry-On, Edelman, Watson. You're one player away, TD. I'm not a big Mixon fan. You have a bunch of risk at both your 2 running backs, but you also have a lot of upside. I'm not a big Edelman fan. It just so happens you drafted a lot of players I stay away from. I stay away from Edelman at his 4th round value, and some people take him in the 3rd. I stay away from Mixon at 2nd round, high 2nd round value. You got him in the middle. That's decent. But I just think there's a lot of risk there, so it's hard for me to rank you in the top 6, but you could be there. Thomas, Antonio Brown, love that start. I'm not super crazy about Fournette, even in round 3. I'd take him around 4 maybe. Diggs is pretty good. Chris Carson, Drake. I'd say you're borderline top 6, but not quite in there yet because I've already given out a lot of spots, Murray. But I still like where you're going with it. Michael Thomas, Antonio Brown, fantastic. So you're going this way. Only thing I would have done different is maybe drafted. You're in a tough spot. A lot of guys were gone at that point. So Fournette, I don't know that you made any mistakes there. I just think that spot's hard if everybody doesn't make mistakes ahead of you, and there's not a lot of players that drop. I mean, Derrick Henry's still a risk. Leonard Fournette's a risk. I don't know that you could have gotten out of that other than gone. Even the wide receivers thinned out. Maybe Amari Cooper, I don't know. But then you'd had 3 wide receivers, and then you wouldn't have been able to take Diggs. Yeah, I mean, Montgomery. You could have taken, let's see. No, Montgomery went before you. Yeah, that was a tough spot to be in. Okay, 277. You got Adams, Dalvin Cook, Devonta Freeman. I love Adams. I love Cook. Freeman's more of a 4th rounder for me. Very good 4th rounder, but too risky in the 3rd, in my opinion. Thielen, arguably a 3rd rounder, so you could almost just swap those, and it would have looked better. So you kind of pulled out of that. Okay, Michelle, I'm not a big fan of. Pettis, I like. Goff's okay. I don't know. I'd say you're in the 7 to 8, 9 range. I don't think you're top 6, but I think you're one move away. And Cook needs to land. I think he will. If Freeman lands and is a top 8 running back, then you are in the top. That's the one move away. It doesn't have to be a trade. It's just like one situation away. So if Freeman does end up being a top 8 running back, boom, you're in the mix. Duder. I think that's what that says. There's a green dot over your, I don't know what the first letter of your team name is. Duder the Intruder. Juju, Mike Evans, fantastic start. Andrew Luck, I kind of, even though that's early, a lot of people won't like that. It just gives you 3 massive scoring monsters, man. And then Lindsey's not a bad running back in that approach, but I think so you're going that way. Yeah, you too were in a spot where, what do you do? Luck was like really the best player to take there, but I think it is a tough spot you were in because it makes it so it's really hard for you to be that elite team. So you are one trade away, one big free agent away. Should I have taken Edelman over Diggs? No, I would have taken Diggs. I'm not a huge I don't know why I don't buy into Edelman like everybody else. I just don't. Call it more gut instinct than anything else. Julio, this is team 11. Julio, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, T.Y. Hilton, Evan Ingram, DJ Moore, Jalen Samuels, Alshon Jeffrey, and then your quarterback Cam Newton. Good value down that late. You needed Kareem Hunt, but Murray took him way too high. No offense, Murray, but Murray made it impossible for you to grab Kareem Hunt. But lesson learned, be on the alert for at least that next round. Murray went around early maybe, or consider taking him. If you go Nick Chubb, you kind of have to have Kareem Hunt, man. I'm just telling you. You're, week 11, I don't care if he's not playing for half a season. Week 11, week 12, that's when Chubb is probably likely to get hurt if he does get hurt. El Duderino. Okay, so Duder was okay. Duderino. L's covered by the green dot, so I can't even see what that is. But I like calling you Duder. Last team, Tyreek Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's a risk in round 2. He's okay. in round 3, but still, you know, Ertz was really good value in the 4th. I mean, I don't draft Ertz at all this year, but that's good value. Lockett, I don't like Lockett there. I love Tevin Coleman. I almost swapped those, and again, you'd be fine. Let's see, is that the turn anyways? Yeah, it's the turn anyways, so you could swap them. In my mind, I could swap them. Okay, let me swap them in my mind. Coleman, Lockett instead of Lockett, Coleman. Now I like your team. Yeah. Dude, I might have to squeeze you into that top 6. I don't know if I ran out of spots, but you're definitely top 6 worthy. I like that team. Hill, Odell, Henry, Ertz is a great 4th rounder for your situation. And then Tevin Coleman in my mind as your 5th pick. And then at the turn, you took Lockett because for some reason that bothers me. And then to get Kyler Murray, one of my breakout late QBs in the top 6 to 10 for QBs. Fantastic squad. I want to thank all of you for staying in the room. Please go to this website right here. Let me see. There, now it's hyperlinked. Go to that website right there. Learn a little bit about Sleeper U. That's my site. And the fantasyfootballshow.com takes you right here to this YouTube channel. If you're out there wondering and lost, how do I get to the YouTube show? I don't know what to do. All you have to do is type in thefantasyfootballshow.com. It redirects you right to the YouTube show. Know that if you're out there lost and trying to navigate back. SleeperU.com is where you're going to find my bold predictions. That's where you're going to find my drag and drop rankings. That's where you're going to find my mock drafts, my draft board. My bold predictions are the most sought after thing on the site. Check them out. You're going to love them. But go over there and get ready for the 48 team not mock draft. It's a league. We're playing it out. We're playing it out during the year. 48 teams. 47 of you are drafting with me in a real league. 4 copies per player. So that means there's 4 Zeke Elliott's in the draft. There's 4 Saquon Barkleys. You can't own replicas of a same player. So you can't own 2 Barkleys. But 4 people can own Barkley. Later. So it's going to be fantastic and fun. We're doing it during my 24-hour live stream. So I'm going 24 hours straight. I've done it before. I did it in February. I made it through. I'm still alive. Look at me. I'm right here. And I'm going to do it again. We'll see if I survive that. 24 straight hours I'm going to live stream. I have to break it up into 8-hour blocks. I'm going to hit the streets. I'm going to go out shopping. I'm going to go eat wings at my favorite wing stop. I'm going to ride the electric scooter and answer your questions live while I'm riding the scooter like I did last time. Go check out that live. Smitty hits the streets. It's everybody loved it. I didn't know how people are going to take it, but people loved when I was answering questions riding on a scooter around Tempe, Arizona. So get ready. August 23rd. It's a Friday. August 23rd, 2 p.m. Eastern is when I go live. And I go live for 24 straight hours if I make it. I probably should. I made it last time. And I'm only 6 months older than when I made it last time. So I had to count that out. So tired. So 6 months ago, I went live, launched the Fantasy Football Show. In 6 months, we've gone from, if you look back in January, 0 subscribers on the channel. From 0 to 1,800 in 6 months. And we've gone from 0 watch minutes to 1 million watch minutes per 28 days. That's how YouTube calculates all their stats per 28 days. So in 28 days, we will have 1 million watch minutes for that 28 days. Then every 28 days, 1 million watch minutes. I'm trying to explain this a lot more difficult than it needs to be. We average that per month. How's that? That's a lot of watch minutes. 1 million watch minutes per month here on the Fantasy Football Show, and it's because of you guys. So I can't thank you enough. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. Please turn on notifications, hit the bell, turn on all of them, so you know when I go live. You know when I announce spots are available for this 48-team league, when I do giveaways, when I do live mock drafts like this. Don't miss out by not hitting that bell. And make sure you're subscribed if you haven't. But hit your thumbs up on the way out. Once this video processes, on my YouTube page. It'll start off with all of the likes, but all the comments will be in the live chat. It'll start off with no comments. Ask a question, get engaged, get involved, answer each other's questions, and get to commenting on this video, because those comments and interactions help the channel as well. Thank you very much. I'm glad we did 2 lives together. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.